First principles thinking is a powerful method for learning new concepts quickly and deeply. Here are the steps to use first principles thinking to learn anything quickly. Step 1. Identify the fundamental principles. The first step in using first principles thinking is to identify the fundamental principles that govern the concept you want to learn. These principles are the foundational laws, rules, or axioms that underlie the subject matter. To identify the fundamental principles, ask yourself questions like, what are the most basic elements of this concept? What are the underlying causes or mechanisms that drive this phenomenon? What are the absolute essentials that I need to know to understand this topic? Step 2. Break down complex concepts into simpler ones. Once you have identified the fundamental principles, break down the complex concepts into simpler ones. Divide the subject matter into smaller, manageable chunks, and focus on understanding each chunk separately. This will help you isolate individual components and understand how they fit together. Step 3. Understand the relationships between components. After breaking down the complex concepts, focus on understanding the relationships between the individual components. How do they interact with each other? What are the cause and effect relationships? What are the dependencies between them? Understanding these relationships is crucial to developing a deep understanding of the subject matter. Step 4. Build mental models. Now that you have broken down the complex concepts into simpler components and understood their relationships, start building mental models. Mental models are internal representations of how things work. They help you visualize the relationships between components, make predictions, and simulate scenarios. Building mental models requires active engagement, so try to create your own diagrams, flowcharts, or illustrations to represent the concepts. Step 5. Test your mental models. Once you have built mental models, test them by applying them to real-world scenarios. Try to predict outcomes, explain phenomena, or solve problems using your mental models. This step is critical as it helps you validate or refute your understanding and identify gaps in your knowledge. Step 6. Iterate and refine your knowledge. Based on the results of testing your mental models, iterate and refine your knowledge. Update your mental models, fill knowledge gaps, and refine your understanding of the fundamental principles. This step is an ongoing process, and you may repeat it multiple times as you encounter new information or encounter inconsistencies in your understanding. Step 7. Practice, practice, practice. Practice is essential to reinforcing your understanding and solidifying your knowledge. Apply your knowledge to real-world scenarios, solve problems, or engage in activities that challenge your understanding. The more you practice, the better you retain the information and develop expertise.